Today, I want to talk about the power of leverage. So, I'm going to break down if you were to purchase a property using all cash, $100,000 of all cash, or if you bought four properties, putting 25% down on each one and buying $400,000 property. So, um, try to make it as realistic as possible. Obviously, the numbers aren't exact. There could be closing costs, or could be some different things, but I'll point out those. But it's a pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking at these numbers, showing how much further you can get, especially long term. How much higher of a return you can get on your money. So I got my little picture of beach. I think it's Hawaii, and let's dive in here. So first, I started, like I said, buying a house with cash. So monthly rent, let's just say it's $1,000. Expense ratio for a single family house is about 35%. Some can be higher, some can be way lower. I mean, there's some of my single families, some years, I might have 12-15% expense ratio if there's no repairs, and the taxes and insurance are pretty low. It can be pretty low, but either way, just for example's sake, let's do 35% cash flow. That would make the cash flow $650 a month. Annual cash flow, so 650 times 12 would be 7,800. So if you bought a $100,000 property with those numbers, you'd make $7,800 cash flow, 7.8% return on your money. I think the average appreciation, maybe over the country, it might be higher than this. I just wanted to be conservative and put a number in here. I think I heard it was somewhere around 4.4%, but either way, just figured 4%. It's a nice, easy number. It's not too crazy. I would think no one's necessarily going to argue with 4% appreciation on real estate. I haven't calculated it, but some of my properties that I bought in 2014 or 2015, I think they've appreciated more like 10 to 15% a year. But either way, that's not normal. That's not going to happen forever. As everybody knows, there'll be a dip at some point. But either way, 4%. So that would be $4,000 appreciation in year one. 4% return. Add those two up. 11.8% return on your money. Not bad. Most people, when they talk about the stock market, so if you want to do real estate versus stock market, most people would say that the stock market returns somewhere between 6 to 10%. Let's call it 8%. I'm not really sure. It says that's average returns. There's some that I might do another video actually showing how just because it says average of 8% doesn't mean that's going to be your actual yield. But either way, let's do this. 11.8% if you were to buy a $100,000 real estate rental property, not too bad in year one, and it should go up in year two because appreciation on the $104,000 at 4% is going to be a little bit more, and then you hopefully will increase rents. Most of my single families, I increase rents $25 to $50. I just had one that I realized was pretty low. The tenants have been there for 3 years. Market rents are about $1,500. They were at $1,325. So I showed him that, and we increased from $1,325 to $1,395. So that's a $70 increase in 1 year. But I usually do somewhere $25, $50 when people move out. Then I jump it to market rent. But little extra tip there. So let's say instead of buying all cash, you bought 4 houses for $25,000 down. The monthly rent on one is $1,000. I just pulled these numbers and put them all here. But now we have a mortgage payment. So I went over here to the mortgage calculator and put $100,000 down, or $100,000 home price, 25% down, 30-year fixed at 5% principal and interest payment is $403. So this Zillow mortgage calculator, I just Googled it, or there's actually an app on my phone that I have. I use it all the time. I think it's awesome. And it's accurate as any lender can be. You know, it's all numbers, so they work. And so back over here, 403 is the payment. So if the monthly rent is $1,000, expense ratio, let's just keep it the same, 350, mortgage of 403, cash flow would be 247 a month. But but you've got 4 properties now, so the cash flow is actually I went over here, did annually, so 2,964, and then over here, mess this up, got it at $11,856 of cash flow. So 2,964 times the 4 properties would be 11,856. So that's 11.86% return. So already just on cash flow, we're beating the return just because of leverage. And this is what I'm trying to show. I'm trying to keep it simple, but this is awesome, I think. So let's go down here. So you've got the loan, right? Principal pay is the pay down every month. So every month, the loan, that 403 payment, $92 goes about roughly in the first year. It goes up a little bit each month, but roughly $92 a month pays down the loan, which comes out to $1,104 annually, and then times the 4 properties is $4,416 of debt pay down. Pretty cool. So then the appreciation. So instead of just one house appreciating for $4,000, you've got 4. So all 4 appreciating for $16,000 of appreciation. So that would be the same, this 4,000 divided by the 100,000 equals the 4% return. So this 16,000 divided by 100,000 is the 16% return. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave a comment and ask. But so over here, we add up the cash flow, 11.86, plus the debt pay down, 4.42, plus the appreciation equals 32.27% return in year 1. I think that's awesome. Talk about stock market or real estate. I mean, I think in 2019 there might have been somewhere 20 to 30%. It was high returns in the stock market, but the year before that it was 0. So 32%, and I'm gonna scroll down here and show what it should be the next couple years, assuming just 4% simple appreciation plus all these exact things plus so 32.27%. Could probably stop the video there. Just, hey, go find some real estate and get loans. And that's kind of my thing is when people are getting started, they get analysis paralysis. They want to learn all this. They want to get it perfect. They want to get home run. I mean, these aren't even home run numbers, but to get 32.27%, that's a home run. You don't have to invest that much money at 32% year over year over year to become a millionaire, to get a lot of money. Or if you already have a lot of money, invest it at 32% and it'll become a really lot. But and it does work that way with bigger properties. These numbers are still the same. If you find a property that does these same things, it's all percentages. So they just grow at 30, 40, 50. I've seen 50, 60% returns. Actually, my brother bought a property in 2016 for $280,000, and he's got it on the market, or actually he's got it under contract now for $550,000. So almost double in 3 years. Now he did buy cash, but still he's almost doubling his money in 3 years. Plus he got cash flow every year. It's pretty awesome. I don't know what his cash flow was every year, but even if it was 10%, plus then he basically doubles his money, divided by 3, it comes out to somewhere 40% or more returns. So, and that's without debt. Imagine if he had a loan on it. Anyways, talking a lot. So I think this is cool, trying to keep it simple. If you got a $100,000 house, cash 11.8%. If you get 4 properties for the same 100,000, you get 32% returns. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. If that's all you need, if I confused you, by all means you can check out. But I think this is cool. Let's go into what happens year 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm even going to talk about how you get some of your cash back out of the property. So, what if we went out 5 years with the 4 properties, increasing rent by just $25 a month on all 4 properties? Like I said, 3% increase would be actually $30 on each, but I'll do 25 and keep appreciation at 4%, and the debt pay down slightly. I looked at the Zillow calculator. I looked at the Zillow calculator. I looked at it on my phone already, and looked at, see this principal pay down. So in year 2, after month 13, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. So I already did all this math and put it in here, so I wouldn't bore you with adding it while I was on the thing. So year 1, we just talked about the $32,000, 32%, right? Year 2, rents go up a little bit. I just kept the expense ratio the same, even though from my experience, the increase in rent is almost all profit. So like I have a property that I bought, and I'll do this analyzer for it, but I bought it in 2013 or 2014. $1,150 was a monthly rent. Now I have it rented for $1,370. So in 5 years or whatever that is, it went up $220. That's mostly profit, which is pretty cool. But either way, just for example's sake, I put all this monthly rent, expense ratio, the mortgage, the cash flow, the debt pay down. You can kind of look at that. You can look at this, and actually, I'm going to pull this out here so you can see it all. And so year 1, so it's all this is just math. Debt pay down, appreciation goes up a little bit because instead of 104,000, each is valued at 104,000. Add 4% to that, it's a little more than 4,000. So there's that. Each of these adds up. I did the totals. Pretty cool. I don't know why this is going so slow, but either way. So the total cash flow for all 4 properties over 5 years is $67,000. So that on the $100,000 is 67%. Not bad in 5 years to get 67% of your money back. The debt pay down is $24,519. Again, not bad, 25% of just debt pay down. That's other people paying the rent, doing the work. I mean, it's like, let's say you got 4 people in these 4 homes, you've got like 4 employees, but they're not your employees. They're working for somebody else and paying you. Real estate, there's so much different leverage, and it's awesome. Appreciation of $86,000. So total of $178,000 after 5 years. Pretty cool. Whatever percentage that is, 178% return on your money over the 5 years. Pretty awesome. So here's a cool thing with real estate. So everybody's like, oh, well, that's just equity. It's sitting in there. If I had stocks, I could pull that money out. This is what's cool. You can. So the value of the homes after the 5 years, if we add up this 86,000 plus the original value of 400,000, so it goes to 486,000. The original loans were 300, the debt pay down, right? So the total loans at the end of 5 years is 275,000. I might have lost somebody. So going back to the way to refinance, this is what I'm talking about, getting your money back out. So the value of the homes is the 486,670, 620. So yeah, If we took 75% of that, it's this number down here, 364,995. So somebody would be able to, and this is where it gets a little bit, hey, there's closing costs also involved in the refinance. So this might not be exact, but it's pretty cool. And even if it was off by $10,000, you could get a cash out refi of $89,000. So you could refinance, still have all these properties. The cash flow would go down a little bit because now the debt goes up a little bit, but you get roughly $80 to $90,000 back out of the 4 properties. Wait another year and you get more than $100,000. But 80 to 90,000 cash out to go buy more properties. If you got, let's say 80 to 90,000, went and bought 3 more properties, do this all over again. So then even though the cash flow, because the mortgage would go up by refinancing, you'd have now other properties that you just bought, so extra cash flow. So it would all actually, instead of the 4 properties, if you bought 3 more, you had 7 properties, your cash flow would be even higher. So instead of the 15,000 that I have here, it would be whatever that is, higher. Plus then there's more debt pay down. Then there's 7 properties that are appreciating. I mean, it's pretty cool. So I hope that made sense. If it didn't, leave a comment. Remember to like, remember to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm going to analyze stuff. If anybody has questions or whatever, then I'll make some more videos of it. Thanks, guys.